Okay. So good morning, everyone. So welcome na naman tayo sa ating Watch and Learn YTV. Okay. And this is the second video to supplement, support your learning materials. So alam niyo naman, mahirap talaga ang connection ngayon. So I'm just making this video para uh, at least makatulong sa inyo sa inyong study. Kaya alam niyo, napakahirap talaga. Even teachers na nag, uh, nag-adjust pa rin kami and we were really trying our best para to provide you yung kailangan ninyo. But, and this is just one of the things that we believe na makatulong wherein pwede nyo siyang basahin, ay pwede nyo siyang i-review anytime you want, everywhere, anywhere you want. Okay. And so let's start. Okay. So start na natin. So this time in this topic, we're going to talk about audience. We're going to define the audience and of course the types of audience. We're going to define also yung mga types ng audience. Okay. Now, let's have a review. But technically, hindi natin siya na discuss last time. But let me just go back again. Okay, so 10 principles of plain language. Okay, so write for the reader, not for yourself. Siyempre, hindi naman ikaw yung babasa lang ng um, sinulat mo as a writer, but for the reader. Okay, pronouns. So use pronouns when you can. State your major points before going into details. Stick to your topic. Huwag kang paligoy-ligoy pa or uh, huwag kang lalayo. Limit each paragraph to one idea and keep it short. One idea, remember one sentence, one idea, much better. Okay. Use active voice to you use passive voice only in rare cases. Yung active voice wherein the doer is being emphasized, the passive is the action is being emphasized. So remember, now use short sentences as much possible and use everyday words. If you use technical terms, explain them in the first reference. So meron tayo dapat mga unlocking words or dapat if that is really technical, explain nyo now, what is this everyday words? Ito yung mga words na familiar. Okay, familiar sa atin. And omit unneeded words. Tanggalin natin yan. Um, keep the subject and verb close together. Merong mga cases naman talaga na magkakalayo sila, but as much as possible, keep it together. Keep it close together. Okay, use headings, lists, and tables to make the reading easier. Yeah, gamit kayo ng mga tables para tables man good, it will become like self-explanatory na hindi na kailangan pang, kung explain mo, kung kailangan man siyang explain, hindi na siya ganun kahirap. Mas madali na titingnan pa lang sa isang tingin pa lang ng reader, kaya niya nang i-interpret ang message or ang mensahe. Okay? And last is proofread your work and have your colleague to proofread it as well. So, pinakamahalaga, pabasa mo, babasahin mo. Ang technique kasi dyan, pagkatapos mo siyang isulat, leave it muna. Okay? Huwag mo siya agad proofread. Leave it mga ilang hours, day. Okay, wedding day. Then, after a few hours, balikan mo, basahin mo. Doon mo makikita usually ang mali. Okay, pero pag binasa mo pag right after na natapos ka, you proofread, most likely hindi mo siya makikita. But once you leave it for a while, then return, makikita niyo yung mali. So that's how you proofread. Okay, and of course, proofread nyo rin. Have your colleague proofread or someone that you trust. Kasi kung proofread mo siya sa hindi mo masyadong kilala, trust, wala ring alam, or it's not really walang alam but knowledge is limited as to the what you're writing, so baka hindi niya rin masyadong ma-proofread. Okay, so that's how you proofread. Next is let's go na tayo sa audience. Okay, division lang siya ng audience. Later on, I'm going to define what is the audience. Okay, audience, dito muna tayo sa isa, division. Divide muna natin siya. Meron siyang 4. Okay, una, experts. So these are the people who knows the business inside and out. Sila yung sila yung nakakaalam ng pamamalakad. Baga inside and out. Baga they designed. Sila yung mga visionary. Okay, visionary. Ito yung kailangan mga theorize, mga mahilig mag-theorize. Sila yun, mga theory. Sila yun siya. Sila yung mga taong ito. Next is the technicians. Okay, sila yung mga technician. Of course, sila yung mga gumagawa kayo ng mga dirty works. Hindi naman ibig sabihin ng dirty works yung mga hugaw, but yung to make it really work. Okay. As you can see, they repair the items that experts design and theorize about. So kung ano yung iniisip ng experts, so they are the one who maintain, okay, who repair, build, and operate. Parang ako ang designer, karpintero yung gagawa. Okay? Ako yung designer, karpintero ang gagawa. Next, executives. So they, one who make the business, economic, administrative, legal, governmental, political decisions about the products and experts and of the experts and technicians. So sila yung nagde-decide and make the business. So ano yon? So sinabi ko example natin is yung executives. Okay, so executives, they are one who make the business. So sila yung mga may-ari ng business. Halimbawa, yung architect, sabi ko sa ni architect, siya nagtatrabaho siya, halimbawa, sa isang company. Okay? Ganito, ganyan. So, yung tawag dito, tawag dito, yung architect, siya yung sumusunod. Okay, although may alam siya, expert siya, pero siya pa rin ang sumusunod doon sa executive. Okay? And then yung ano naman, siya yung sumusunod, okay? Yung technician, siya naman yung sumusunod doon sa expert. Okay? So, halimbawa naman, pag magtrabaho na kayo, kung kayo ang boss, kung ikaw ang nagtrabaho, diyan ka muna sa technician. Okay? So, pagkatapos mo, meron kang boss, sila yung experts. Kasi nga, di ba? So, tapos, pag ano naman, yung expert naman, sila naman yung ang under naman ang boss naman ng expert, yung mga executives, sila yung mga may-ari na. Okay. And the last is yung mga non-specialist. Yung mga non-specialist, so they are the readers, have least technical knowledge, okay, knowledge of all. Kumbaga, konti lang talaga yung alam nila. Kasi nga, hindi naman talaga nila specialty yung isang bagay. So, they just want to use it. Okay, for example, parehas ng isang bagay na gusto mo lang gawin para makumpleto mo siya. And that's the non-specialist. Sila yung mga halimbawa, nag-assemble ng isang bagay, gumagamit sila ng mga manual, okay, to complete the task. Okay? So that is the non or those are the non-specialists. Okay, now na-identify na natin yung apat na division na what's an audience. Audience in technical writing are the recipients of your output. Sila yung makakatanggap ng yung sulat o yung output mo sa pagsusulat. Okay, now, yan, meron tayong captive and non-captive captive audience. So, kita yung difference, locations, attendance, atmosphere, approach, time commitment, and the motivation. So, captive, kayo. Kayo ngayon ang mga kayo ngayon ang mga captive. So, kung tayo ay mag face-to-face, classroom, location, the attendance is involuntary, kumbaga no choice kayo kung hindi pumunta doon. Pero meron din kayong choice. But ang mangyayari diyan kasi, okay? Ang motivation nyo kasi, ang grades and certificates niyan, ang grades. Ang time dapat to matapos within 40 minutes lang. Yan. Kaya ang approach niya academic discussion. Whereas not unlike non-captive, okay? Ang location nila, classroom, museum, voluntary, kung mapupunta ka ng park, pipilitin ka ba? Hindi naman siguro. Wala namang grado dun eh. So, ang mangyayari dyan, pag pumunta ka ng park, gusto mo. Because why? It is for fun and interest. Ano kaya yung nandoon talaga, no? Okay? So, yun yung pagkakaiba nila. Okay, you can just review that later. Okay, types of audience, meron tayong primary. Okay, so they are the main viewers and also known as target audience. Secondary, okay, sila yung mga hindi naman talaga target but still they listen and read. And yung ikatlo, they are the audience or the tertiary audience. These are the audience who listen because or read. Familiar lang sa kanila yung tao or yung isang bagay. Ba, sulat pala to ni ano. Okay. Amigo na ako ni siya. O amiga na ako ni siya. Kailangan basahin ko nga kung maganda ba yung kanyang sinulat. So, ganun siya. That's the tertiary. Okay, now the characteristics of the audience. So ito yung mga characteristics niya. I'm not just going to discuss age. Yan siya. I think these are self-explanatory. So, but meron tayong physical, next is demographic, behavioral, psychological. Okay, yung medyo mahaba yung psychological. Okay, again, physical, demographic, behavioral, and cultural, and psychological. Yung tatlong characteristics ng isang audience. Okay? Yan nyo na lang yan. Review nyo na lang yung kayo nang bahala doon. Very self-explanatory. Kayang-kaya nyong intindihin yan, I believe. Next is the tips to effectively reach to your audience through writing. Anong kailangan? Know your audience muna. Sila yung mga mababasa mo. If your audience are grade 1, then kailangan bumaba yung level mo as grade 1. Hindi mo kailangang ipakita na magaling ka, gagamit ka ng mga words na hindi naman maintindihan ng mga grade 1s. Okay? So, know your audience. Same as if your audience are teachers. So, sound and be like teachers as well. Ganun lang siya. Know your audience. Next is construct a persona. Constructing a persona, how are we going to do that? Of course, dapat mo kailangan parang same as know your audience. Okay. Construct a persona. Halimbawa, grade 1 siya. Mga elementary. Okay, so let's say grade 1 to grade 3 ang iyong persona. Dapat yung going to create persona. Ano ba? Ako ang grade 1 to grade 3. Ano yung gusto ko? So you're going to construct a person na mahilig sila sa mga story, visual sila. gusto nila meron sila nakikita. Okay? Ganun yung mga persona ng mga bata. Dapat ano lang siya mga hanggang 10 minutes, 5 minutes kasi medyo yung yung attention nila very short lang eh. So that's how you construct a persona. Characteristics ng inyong audience, pag-aaralan nyo yan. Okay? Para pag nagsulat kayo, you will really capture their attention. Okay? Next is create a connection. Ayan. Create a connection. Once you created a persona, now how you're going to connect the connection. Connection is very important. Pag wala tayong connection, mahirap. Parang parang nagvi-visual a virtual lesson tayo, napakahirap pag walang connection, hindi tayo makapasok, di ba? So same goes to your audience and you. You will create the connection if you and the audience don't, para bang, ano ba to? Hindi naman makarelate sa akin tong writer. Okay? So, if there is a no connection, hindi ka agad kayo makaka-connect sa inyong mga reader. Okay. Next is be helpful. Okay, merong mga bagay o merong mga words na medyo mahirap siya. Hindi mo naman kaya ma-explain agad yun. So, anong kailangan mong gawin? So, you need to be helpful by explaining them sa kanila on that very instant. So, kailangan mo siyang explain agad. Be helpful. Okay? Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng sa lahat ng mga audience mo, ano mo siya, di ba? Hindi mo kailangang nandoon ka palagi. So, be helpful by explaining. Next, be informative. So, informative, ito yung pinakamaganda din. Is you need to give information sa kanila para malaman nila na you're just giving information, or it could be entertain, persuade, so motivate. Okay. And be personable. Be personable, siyempre, kung ano ka, yung makarelate ka talaga sa kanila, nakaka-relate ka. That's, it will bring you back sa creating connection. Be personable. And next, be vivid. Okay, so vivid. Okay, klaro, malinaw. Okay, kung ano yung, what's your purpose, then you have to really be direct sa purpose. Know your stuff. Dapat expert ka. Dapat hindi masyadong, kumbaga, hindi mo siya, ay, okay, guys. Dapat alam mo talaga yung sinasabi mo. Ayan, pares kanina naguluhan ako. Pero inaantok lang talaga ako. Okay, know your stuff. Dapat alam mo yung sinasabi mo. Okay? Kung ang sinulat mo is medyo expert pa yung mga readers mo or audience mo, they will stop reading your output. Avoid grammar mistakes. Alam mo naman, ito mahalaga rin to eh. Lalo na sa mga Pinoy. Diba? Grammar mistakes. Sabihin nila, ano ba naman yan? Parang punong kargado ng mga mali. So, it's not really the measurement of your intelligence, but I believe this is one. Actually, I believe one of the measurements of the intelligence, because pinag-aaralan naman kasi ito, but it will not define who you are. Okay, the totality of the person will not define who you are, but it will somewhat define your intelligence. Kasi pinag-aaralan to eh. Now, if you don't know how much, they don't know much about grammar, ibig sabihin, ano ba naman to? Hindi, saan ka ba naman pumunta? Okay, I mean, no offense guys, but you really have to avoid and learn grammar, because this is one of the measurements na natutunan mo, kung may natutunan ka ba. Di ba? Sige daw. Okay. So again, this will not define who you are, okay, but this will define how much you learn. Okay. So, avoid and seek feedback. Huwag kayong matakot na humingi ng mga feedback. Because sa pag-feedback, eh, meron kasing iba natatakot magkamali. Pero once you seek feedback, okay, ito pala yung dapat kong i-improve, yung aking subject, verb, agreement, kay singular and plural, dapat ganito pala siya. So once you seek feedback, malalaman mo yung mga mali mo and you are very positive sa mga feedback, okay, you're taking the criticisms lightly, then most likely you will improve and you will improve also your grammar. Okay, so nakita ninyo. So because you learn and we learn from our mistakes. Okay, so that's why you need to seek feedback. Okay, now principles in writing information. So again, who is my audience? Dapat kilalanin mo yung mga audience mo. What does my audience already know about my subject? Kasi nga bakit kung ano yung alam mo, alam na ng mga audience mo tapos yung pa yung sinasabi mo, hindi na interesting sa kanila. Ayun. Dapat new information. Okay, new information or news ideas na dapat mong i-share sa kanila kasi, di ba? And what does my audience need to know? Ano yung dapat nilang malaman? Kasi naman kung mag-share ka o magsusulat ka ng hindi rin naman nila kailangang malaman, ano ba naman to? 'Di ba? Kung ikaw, I'm just wasting my time. Okay? Now, what questions will my audience have? Bakit? Kailangan mo 'tong malaman para masagot mo sa sulat or sa writing mo yung mga possible questions that might arise while your audience is reading. Okay? Next is what's the best source and what do I need to say or write to produce the intended outcome? Yun ang kailangan mo malaman. Dapat mo sulat, dapat mo sabihin. Kasi nga, kung hindi mo alam kung ano yung sasabihin mo, hindi mo alam yung susulat mo, hindi mo kilala yung mga audience mo, hindi mo in-anticipate yung mga questions, the possible questions, and hindi yun makaka-produce ng best outcome para sa mga audience. Now, what's the best outcome for my audience? Kung you just need to put yourself into the shoes of the audience. Kung ikaw yung writer, a reader, okay, now non-specialist, audience na non-specialist, ibig sabihin, konti lang yung alam, what's the best for you? Okay? And that's it. So thank you for watching. So like and share. Basically, ewan ko lang kung ma-like and share nyo siya. But anyway, thank you. Yun muna. That would be all for now. And I hope to see you again. So because malapit na talaga ang exam. Alright, so thank you so much.